Good morning. I'm on my way to go pick up my mom because we are headed to the Charlotte area yarn crawl. I'm so excited. We're going to be going to 6 different yarn shops today, all around the Charlotte region. This is the second time that my mom and I have gone together, and I really look forward to this day. So I talked about it in a recent video that I am looking for the perfect amigurumi yarn. I want it to have nice stitch definition. I want it to come in lots of colors. I want it to look like cotton, but not feel like cotton, and I want it to be budget friendly. I'm not asking too much, am I? But I'm going to take you into each one of the gorgeous little shops around my area, and let's just go ahead and go. Hello. Hello, little wild animals.
Oh, hi.
Right, we're recording already.
You call my agent.
Let's just wait a second. So I've got a map, and I also have our passport, because what you do is it's got all of your information, and then you get a stamp for each one of the yarn shops that you go into, and there's like a little, what is that? It's a little scavenger hunt. So it's just fun. I didn't win a prize. Did you win a prize last year?
No.
No, we didn't win any prizes, but we're going to just enjoy it anyway. The first yarn shop we visited was Tangles on Main in adorable downtown Waxhaw, North Carolina. This is a great shop if you're looking for a day out and about and want to do a little shopping, a little eating, and to enjoy the historic surroundings. Tangles on Main is full of gifts for yarn enthusiasts, notions, and of course yarn. They have a lovely selection of lots of crocheter and knitter favorites, but they also carry yarns that I had never seen before. I was also impressed that they carried 2 different lines of amigurumi specific yarns. They had amigurumi circulo, which is a 100% mercerized Brazilian virgin cotton. It comes in so many vibrant colors. They also carried rikorumi spin spin DK, which is a gradient color yarn that's also 100% cotton. And although these 2 yarns would be perfect for crochet toys, they didn't come home with me because they're both 100% cotton, which I can't use because 100% cotton is so hard on my hands. But of course I did find some other gorgeous yarns that had to come home with me. Bonus points to this yarn shop because they had the sweetest shop dog who greeted customers and clearly enjoyed all the attention. The shop was very well organized, bright, cheerful, and had a wonderful, helpful staff. So what'd we think?
We liked it. There we has a puppy dog.
It had a puppy dog. It very cute, very cute little shop here in Waxhaw, North Carolina. I found a lot of really nice, maybe not take pills. Just wait to take your pills until we're done with the video.
My leg hurts.
Yeah, I found some really pretty yarns there. I ended up getting some Barocco Vintage, which I've used before, but I keep going back to it, and it had some really pretty colors in there that I'd never seen before. You know, you're on camera.
Delete it.
I'm like talking about the yarn that I got, and you're just taking your pills over there. Anyway,
I'm old.
but I did also pick up the Quince. Are you gonna quit making noise? And I also got the Quince & Co. Lark, which is 100% wool. It's a gorgeous. You don't know how to do. You got to be quiet. This is the Barocco Vintage. Look at that. It's like almost a
mustard.
It's like a French's mustard. Like that is the most yellow color I've ever seen. Anyway, I love it. All right, we're off to our next one. This woman. Oh my goodness, she just keeps making noise. We're gonna head up to Charlotte now. We're gonna go to the Fiber Studio. Remember that one from last year?
Was awesome.
It's a dyeing studio. They dye all the yarn there, so it's not your normal yarn shop. It's really unique. We headed up the road to the Fiber Studio at Yarns to Die For in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you're looking for exquisite, one-of-a-kind yarns, you'll find them here. Each skein of yarn has been dyed in the studio by hand. Hand dyeing yarn is a true art form, and these yarns are works of art. The camera cannot do the richness of these colors justice. My mom and I walked around oohing and awing and petting all the different yarns. We were also treated to a behind-the-scenes tour of the dyeing area. There's nothing commercial about this operation. Each part of the process is done by expert yarn dyers. One of my favorite parts of the studio are all the display garments made with their yarns. Seeing all of these beautiful projects made you feel excited about crocheting and knitting. This was definitely not the place to find amigurumi yarns, but for those special projects that you want to make that will last a lifetime. So what do we think?
I think this is my favorite because they dye the yarn.
Yeah. This isn't a yarn shop, it's a dye studio. So all of the yarn that they have in there is yarn that they have dyed themselves. And when I say that this is some of the most gorgeous yarn I've ever seen, it really is extraordinary. So they made a special one for this year's yarn crawl. It's called Industrial Plum, and it is just so beautiful. This is just a really special place. So if you're in the Charlotte area, I would definitely, I don't know that they're open every day to the public, but I would go on their website. They're the fiber studio at Yarns to Die For. And of course, I'll leave links for everything in the description box below. But make sure to check this place out because it's really one of a kind. Our next stop was just a few minutes away at Charlotte Yarn. This was one of my favorite local yarn shops, and I got a surprise this year. I had not been there in quite some time, and in previous visits, the yarn shop shared space with an embroidery supplier, but this year the yarn had the entire space and it was glorious. Charlotte Yarn is owned by the adorable Remy, and she is such a warm and inviting person. They host lots of events throughout the year and get locals excited about crocheting and knitting. You'll find many crocheter and knitter favorites, but they also carry locally dyed yarns like native fibers. Okay.
Making too much noise.
So what'd you think of that one?
Oh, I love Charlotte Yarn.
Yeah, Charlotte Yarn is a great store. Remy is the owner, and I ended up buying some yarn there too. I found some really gorgeous yarn, and they had the native fibers, did their own colorway for the yarn crawl. So of course I had to pick that up. So we've had lunch. We're headed up now to Denver, North Carolina, which it's a good little drive up there, so we're gonna head up there now. Our next stop was a Tangled Yarn shop in Denver, North Carolina. What should have taken about 40 minutes to drive ended up taking closer to an hour and a half. The traffic was terrible. We crawled along at a snail's pace for what felt like forever. We finally got there and took a big sigh of relief when entering this cozy shop. It feels like you're walking into your grandma's craft room. If your grandma's craft room was large and organized, it has a warm, comfy, small town vibe. Everyone in the shop was so friendly and welcoming. They also definitely have a sense of humor when it comes to yarn. They also stock quite a bit of yarn and at good prices. We didn't stay as long as we wanted because we were running out of time and wanted to get to the next yarn shop before they closed. That was a Tangled Yarn shop up here in Denver, North Carolina. Such a cute shop. You done?
I'm so sorry. I'm the talent.
Yeah, Granny's the talent. I met somebody in the yarn shop named Nicole. I just wanted to say hi. It was so nice to meet somebody who watches the channel. But now we are running out of time. The traffic coming up here was so bad that we're going to try to hit one more yarn shop today before it closes up. Our next stop was Hearts on Fiber in beautiful Davidson, North Carolina. If you're looking for a yarn shop that feels like it stepped out of Gilmore Girls, this is your place. What I love about local yarn shops is that they each have their own personalities, and this one is full of charm. Hearts on Fiber is owned by Kim, and she and her daughters have created an open and welcoming environment for crafters of all ages. Every time I've walked into their shop, there have always been people sitting on the couches, talking and laughing. Some are crocheting or knitting, but you'll also find spinners and weavers. It's such a special place. They also carry some of the most gorgeous yarn labels and hand dye their own yarns as well. Once we were done, there was no time to go to the last shop, but lucky for us, an ice cream shop was open.
I'm gonna keep eating.
Granny's gonna keep eating her ice cream cone. We finished the yarn crawl for the day, but unfortunately we didn't get to all of the shops because we hit terrible traffic when we were leaving Charlotte and going up to Denver. So we got here to Davidson and we went to Hearts on Fiber, which is one of my favorite yarn shops. They're just so lovely in there.
Yeah.
They have such gorgeous yarn. It really is just a treat to go in there. So I found some beautiful yarn, and I'm going to show you everything that I got, all of the beautiful things that I was able to purchase. But we're going to head home, and I will have to go to my local yarn shop, the one that's in my own town, a Kiwis Yarn. I'll have to go tomorrow. The next day, my mom met me at our local yarn shop that's only a few minutes from my house. A Kiwis Yarn is owned by two sisters, Diana and Debbie, from New Zealand. One sister has lived here for many years, but the other sister has recently moved to the U.S. They are very experienced crocheters and knitters, and they are full of fun. What makes a Kiwis Yarn so unique is that they carry yarns that you aren't likely to see in many other U.S. yarn shops. You'll find lots of your favorite yarns, but you'll also find yarns that are more familiar with crocheters and knitters from the Southern Hemisphere. Okay, so what do you think?
I love the little shop. It's very, very cute.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite shops. It's really
lovely.
It has really unusual yarns.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the people.
Oh, okay.
The people.
You're not talking to me?
No. I came home with quite the yarn haul, and I'm going to show you exactly what I got. I ended up getting some Barocco Vintage. Now, this is a yarn that I am very familiar with. I'm not testing it out. I already know that I love it, but some of these are colors that I had never seen before, and others are colors that I knew that I would use. I did pick up some Quince & Co. Lark. This is a gorgeous line of yarns. I love the subtle colors. I just love how it feels, and I'm really excited to test this out. Another yarn that I picked up was the Cascade 220 Superwash. This is a yarn that comes in so many gorgeous colors, and I've been wanting to try it for quite some time for crocheted toys. It's 100% wool, but there's something about it that feels so nice. In many of the shops, I kept seeing a line called Jody Long, and I didn't know anything about Jody Long, but I have found out that he is a yarn designer from England. I loved all of the different yarn labels that he had in the different shops that I went to, and I picked up the My Little Sunshine. This is a sport weight yarn, and it's a cotton blend, and it feels amazing. I'm really excited about trying this one. And then I did pick up two hand-dyed hanks. This one is from the Fiber Studio at Yarns to Die For. This is one of the most exquisite hanks of yarn I have ever seen in my life. It really is a work of art. It just feels amazing. These colors are spectacular. And the last one is this Charlotte Yarn Crawl hand-dyed yarn from Native Fibers, and I picked this one up at Charlotte Yarn, and this one is just so beautiful. I love all of these bright, gorgeous colors. We have that Carolina blue here, and it also has some yellow. It's really a gorgeous yarn. I hope you enjoyed coming along the yarn crawl with me and my mom. We had so much fun. We laughed, we ate, we shopped, and it was just the best day. So, well, it was really 2 days, but thank you for coming along with us. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Stay safe and happy stitching.